Hello everyone, today I'm going to present you a game played by Botvinnik against Stolz in 1926. And in this game, I realized that Botvinnik did a very amazing sacrifices, a queen sacrifice specifically. It was really amazing. Let's watch and see. And of course, he's a very well-known grandmaster with his tactics and strategies. Okay, let's start with the game. Now, at the beginning, Botvinnik started, he's in white, Stolz in black. Started with the d4, d5. This is the queen's gambit, and now black played e6, queen gambit declined. Knight to c3, knight to f6, bishop c to g5, of course pinning the knight in this position, partially pinned. And here we see black bishop plays e7, preparing to castle. And white opened to his white bishop to played on e3, castled, knight to develop his knight to f3. And here we can see black was trying to give space for his bishop, trying to do the fianchetto, of course, fianchetto. And white here, Botvinnik played rook to c3, to c1, sorry. And in this position we can see here there are going to be some pawn breaks, taking in the pawn, making some space for his rook. And black proceeded with his plan, bishop to b7. Now bishop to d3, of course making space for his king to castle. Knight on d7, castle kingside. And here we can see knight played on e4, sorry, opening for his bishop to take, and queen, of course Botvinnik cannot afford to leave his bishop, so he took, take, and now started breaking the pawns, making space for his bishop. Take, took the knight, took, and here we have the double attack, of course you can see. And what did Botvinnik do in this position? He a very amazing move, which is rook takes the pawn on c7, pinning the queen. And here, of course, didn't his opponent wasn't hasty to take in that position. He wanted to protect his bishop. Here putting more pressure on the knight by playing bishop on b5. Just now he took, and now queen takes, making sure that the pressure is still on the knight, and also threatening to take the rook on a8. Now queen to d6, protecting, of course moving away from the pin. And here we have very amazing move, which is queen to c6. You can't afford to take. Here the threat's still remaining to take the rook. You can't take, otherwise he's going to take, and either one will go. You either of course the rook is threatened, so you're going to move it, and then he's going to take, and then take, and take with the rook. And we have a 2-pawn advantage for Botvinnik. So in this position he moved away his queen to b4, and just now take the rook. And here Smalls plays a very interesting move, which is bishop to a6, opening for his rook to take the queen. And you can guess, of course, what Botvinnik did in this position. He took with the queen, very amazing queen sacrifice. And now take with the knight, and take with his Botvinnik took the bishop on a6 with the bishop. Now in this position it's a little bit complicated for black. He has no he just can't do anything. Opening for his queen to avoid bank rank checkmates. Now take the pawn, protecting the a2 pawn with the bishop. Of course, they're very important to activate your bishop to on this diagonals. And here moved away the knight, backed his bishop to b3, advanced his pawn, he went back to a d8. Of course, if you're going to pin, then I can protect it with the queen. And now threatening, and as he did, protected the knight, advanced the pawn, of course, to make some space for the king. Moving the, of course, doing passive moves. His opponent just don't know what to do. Advanced the pawn, the two pawns from the middle. Moved the king, advanced the pawn on e to e5. Moved his queen to b6, protecting the pawn, just getting ready to push, and pushed his the black pushed his b5 to b4 pawn. Continue pushing, took with the knight, and then he took with the rook, threatening the queen. And in this position, black resigned, because as you know, in this position I think it's very difficult to play against white. Since he had two rooks and a bishop, it's very hard to play against him. Okay, here we have a chess puzzle, a very easy chess puzzle. If you can find the best move for white, write it down, comment it down in the comments, and we are going to see the best answers. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to start a new library for Botvinnik. He's a very interesting grandmaster, the world champion, and has very interesting games. Please follow the channel and check out his games later. Thank you very much.